Motorcycles, cars, and music. Three things Danny, the Count Koker, grew up with, and three things he was blessed enough to carry into adulthood. His hit show Counting Cars once had it all: roaring engines, jaw-dropping custom builds, and a team that seemed more like a family than coworkers. But behind the cameras, things weren't always so smooth. One by one, familiar faces started vanishing from the show without explanation. Some walked away quietly, others were pushed aside, and a few left behind rumors that never really disappeared. What really happened at Count's Customs when the cameras stopped rolling? And why did some of Danny's most trusted team members leave at the very height of the show's success? Was it pressure, betrayal, or something else entirely? The answers may change the way you look at Counting Cars forever. Every empire faces ups and downs, but for Danny Koker and Count's Customs, the stakes were higher than most. This wasn't just a garage, it was Danny's lifelong dream. Long before he became the face of one of cable TV's most successful reality shows, he was just a kid from Cleveland, raised in Detroit, with grease on his hands and a passion for cars in his heart. His father, Danny S.R., was a gospel musician who performed with groups like the Cathedral Quartet, but at home, he was a car enthusiast who spent countless hours in the garage with his son. That garage became Danny's first classroom, and by the time he was a teenager, he was already giving beat-up rides a brand new story. But Danny didn't stop with cars. In the early 1990s, he reinvented himself as Count Cool Rider, a late-night horror movie host on Las Vegas TV. With his leather outfits, sunglasses, and bandana, Danny's campy rock and roll hosting style gave him local fame and, more importantly, TV experience. When he eventually opened Count's Customs, it wasn't with dreams of TV stardom. He just needed a place where he wouldn't have to wait in line to get his own cars fixed. But his rebellious restoration style, classic cars with attitude, quickly earned attention, and soon the shop became legendary in Las Vegas. Then came the break that changed everything. In the late 2000s, Pawn Stars exploded on the History Channel. Danny became a regular expert, and his charisma and knowledge stood out every time he walked on-screen. Producers saw the potential, and in 2012, Counting Cars debuted as a full spin-off focused on Danny, his shop, and the wild custom builds rolling in and out. Unlike many other so-called reality shows, Counting Cars stood out because it felt authentic. These weren't actors or scripted arguments. These were real builds, real mechanics, and real stakes. By season 3, the show had become one of History Channel's highest-rated programs, and Danny himself was thriving. His personal collection grew to more than 100 vehicles. He launched Count's Vamped Rock Bar, a live music hotspot, Count's Tattoo Company, and even fronted his own band, Count 77. But with all that success came pressure. The garage had to deliver on million-dollar projects while meeting the demands of a global audience and tight deadlines. Tourists started showing up at the shop, fans wanted autographs, and customers demanded the impossible. Fame changed the dynamic, and cracks began to form in Danny's once tight-knit team. For some, the attention was too much. For others, egos clashed, rivalries grew, and the stress of working under cameras turned small disagreements into big blow-ups. And while the builds were always real, the way producers edited the show often made things look even more dramatic. Conversations were cut, deadlines exaggerated, and minor clashes turned into TV-worthy explosions. Behind the scenes, Danny ran a tight ship. No shortcuts, no laziness, no excuses. And anyone who couldn't keep up either stepped up or stepped out. Over time, viewers started noticing a revolving door of employees, and not all of those exits were clean. Some were quiet, some were messy, and one became an outright scandal. In 2016, bookkeeper Joseph Frontiera, a relatively unknown face on the show, suddenly became the center of headlines when court documents accused him of embezzling more than $75,000 from Count's Customs. Allegedly, he used company money to put a down payment on a Range Rover and purchase airline tickets, even forging Danny's signature to cover his tracks. For a business built on loyalty and trust, it was a devastating betrayal. Danny and his shop sued both Frontiera and the staffing agency that placed him, Ronstad USA, accusing them of sending a ticking time bomb into the garage. The scandal shocked fans, and Frontiera disappeared from the show without a single on-air mention. No send-off, no confrontation, just gone. After the lawsuit, he vanished from public life altogether. But Frontiera wasn't the only one to leave under strange circumstances. Scott Jones, the blunt shop manager from the first 2 seasons, was responsible for keeping projects on budget and on time. He often clashed with Danny, who preferred to follow his gut even if it meant going over budget. The tension was real, and by season 3, Scott was gone without explanation. Rumors swirled about money problems or even embezzlement, but no evidence ever surfaced. The official reason: Scott moved to Tennessee to be closer to family. Today, he runs his own automotive shop and even appeared on Netflix's Swap Shop. Neither he nor Danny has ever explained his abrupt exit. Then there was Rolly Sabo, known to fans as Rock and Rolly. With his thick Hungarian accent, big laugh, and hilarious personality, he was the shop's dealer and comic relief. He was also one of the most beloved personalities on the show. But after season 6, he too vanished. Around the same time, his detailing trailer, packed with thousands of dollars worth of tools, was stolen, an incident confirmed by local Las Vegas news. Rolly posted briefly about it on social media, then went silent. No lawsuits, no drama, no charges, just another disappearance. Fans were left wondering if he'd left due to internal conflicts or frustration, but he soon resurfaced with his own business, Rock and Rolly Custom Detailing, which continues to thrive in Las Vegas. Another puzzling absence was Shannon Aikow, the shop's lead motorcycle builder. Known for his precision and artistry, Shannon created some of the show's most memorable custom bikes. But starting in season 7, his appearances dwindled until he was barely on screen at all. Unlike others, Shannon's exit came without rumors of scandal. Most believe he simply didn't mesh with the show's new direction, which leaned more into hot rods, celebrity builds, and TV drama rather than quiet craftsmanship. Shannon continues to build bikes in Las Vegas, respected in the community, but has never spoken about why he left. And then there's Mike Henry, better known as Horny Mike. With his horned helmet, neon mohawks, and over-the-top airbrush designs, he became the rock star of counting cars. His wild creativity gave the show some of its most unique builds, but his free-spirited style often clashed with Danny's need to protect the brand and keep clients happy. Over time, the pressure of working under both deadlines and TV production took its toll, and Mike's screen time started to fade. Eventually, he shifted focus to his own brand, Horny Mike Designs, where he continues to create outrageous custom work and has built a strong online following. Unlike others, Mike never fully cut ties with Danny or the shop, and remains one of the most unforgettable personalities from the series. In the world of reality TV, cast members come and go, but Counting Cars was different. It wasn't built on scripted drama. It was built on loyalty, craftsmanship, and a shared love for machines. That's what made these exits feel so impactful. Some left under clouds of scandal, others walked away quietly, and a few simply outgrew the spotlight. But every departure left a mark, both on Count's Customs and on the fans who tuned in week after week. Behind the roar of the engines and the gleam of the chrome, Count's Customs was never just a TV set. It was a real garage with real people, and when things fell apart, they did so for real reasons. So now the question is, who was your favorite cast member on Counting Cars?